Hi, my name is Shon Gray, and I'm an avid animal lover. And one of the animals that I've become most favored over is the caterpillar. In the entire animal kingdom, I think it is one of the most amazing animals, simply because it is born in one way and it eventually leaves the world in another way. This process I will learn is called metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is a process by which a biological process by which an animal goes an abrupt change. And not only a change in body, but a change in behavior as well. Now, I hate to be talking about animals when I'm describing myself, but it is one of the things that I've learned in life. Today I want to be talking with you about the transformation that took place in my life at Brueggen Dental. And most of us fear change. France Anatole says that all changes, even the ones that are most longed for, come with melancholy. For what we leave behind is a part of ourselves, but we must die to one life in order to live another. And that is exactly what took place in my life before I went to Brueggen Dental. I simply came to the point where I didn't believe God existed anymore. And the pride that stemmed from self-sufficiency led to 17 years of drug addiction. I was addicted to drugs and involved in prostitution, in drug dealing for over 17 years. In 2008, and it was the College of Biblical Studies. I am still present there now because the word was so rich and it has transformed my life. I've come out of the world, I've become a Christian, I've become filled with the Holy Spirit, and during my addiction and my prideful living, I got gold teeth after my parents had spent so much money restoring my mouth and taking care of me as a youth. I just didn't care about myself, and I let myself go. And there are so many people today who have rebelled against truth and rebelled against God because of some traumatic event. And I had the heart, but I didn't have the looks. I had the heart of a Christian, I had the heart of God, but I didn't have the looks. Broken them. I even recall one member of the church saying to me that he could not follow me because of my appearance, because of my gold teeth. I don't look like a pastor. And this really, really hurt me because God knows that I put all of my effort and all of my life and all of my time into my ministry. I give my life to ministry. When God delivered me from the pride of life, He put me in a place where I was able to serve others, even to the point of death. My transformation would lead me to a place, eventually, coming in contact with Dr. Wayne Brueggen. And when I speak of Dr. Brueggen, there were many reasons why I chose Dr. Brueggen for my restoration process. I've done extensive research over a 5-year period of time, and I discovered that what was a dream at one point in time had become possible now. Dr. Brueggen, after finding him on the internet, that I believe that had the experience to give me the look that I was looking for, and to understand the psychological effect behind a young man at the age of 41, the time to consult with Dr. Brueggen I had a chance to sit down and talk with him about all of my concerning matters. And one of the things that I discovered is that he was more than a dentist. He was more than an oral surgeon. I think he fit in the category of being an artist. And one of the best things that I liked about the whole experience was the overall treatment that I received from him, his staff. They were warm and inviting. They were very informative. And, I could just tell that Dr. Brueggen was not doing this for money. I could tell he was doing this because he had a passion and he had a drive, similar to the heart that I have in ministry for the people who are in my congregation. The treatment of the staff was one of the most amazing things. It was a family environment. Everybody worked in sync. when I went to Brueggen Dental, I just became a family member. And the procedure for the process was one of the most interesting things to me, because it showed me the science behind the whole process. Dr. Brueggen began a pre-treatment, some antibiotics, some steroids, some things that would get in my system and help along with dealing with the pain. And I found that to be very effective. One of the things that I did everything that he told me to do. I followed the process. I did all of the pre-treatment extensively. And I went in for the appointment that day. And one of the most amazing things was when the process began, it was so painless. I did not even feel when Dr. Brueggen began to extract my teeth. As a matter of fact, I didn't realize that they were out until I just reached up and touched it. Because conscious sedation kept me aware of the process so that I could respond along with Dr. Brueggen. And a lot of people don't like to be conscious during situations like that because of their fear and their phobia of pain. But as I've said earlier, going into one life, meaning that the old one has to die. The post-treatment process, I finished my medication, weekly follow-ups, weekly visits. You know, when it came to making such an investment, it wasn't making an investment in someone, it was making an investment in myself. And the amount that dental implants cost is basically the price of a car. And I know that someone is feeling like that right now, but you can't put a price on what these things, the doors that will open up for you. I have decided that this has impacted my life in such a way. I've decided to become a spokesperson for Brueggen Dental and for Dental Implant Dental. I just believe for a person to go through the psychological transformation and for the metamorphic transformation in their life, that they need someone who's understanding of the process. And I believe that that's what I found at Brueggen Dental. Dr. Brueggen helped me to help others. I was ineffective in my ministry. And what this procedure has done for me, it has given me the confidence to go and pursue things in life, pursue goals that were once impossible and once were unattainable that are now attainable. And the confidence that I've gotten behind the whole process, since my transformation, the confidence level it's phenomenal. It's through the roof. And I would not tell anyone that they should prolong this procedure anymore. You've waited long enough. You've not smiled long enough. You've separated, you've broken off relationships long enough, and you've driven yourself into the bottom of self-pity long enough. It is time for you to make the change. And my advice to you would be to get out of the boat. One of the things that Jesus taught his disciples is that to follow him, you must get out of the boat. There will be times when storms in your life will raise, the storms of finances, the storms of just brokenness. But there will be, when you get ready to make that change, imagine yourself like the Apostle Peter as he began to step out of the boat on the Word of God. But I tell you, if you would just listen to what your inner man is telling you right now, and if you would get up out of your comfort zone and make that change in your life, I guarantee you, you will not regret it. I'm a graduate of the College of Biblical Studies in Houston, Texas. I'm graduating for the second time. All of the opportunities that has opened up for me are mind-blowing. Video shoot with the college, and it has opened so many media opportunities, and the main one is I will be producing a new movie called The Prodigal. And it's the story of a young man who left God's will and who returned by God's grace. And I'm graduating in May. I feel so empowered to just experience the transformation on the inside as well as the outside. It gives me a balance in life. My ministry is successful. I have a successful counseling company, and the intimacy with my wife is phenomenal. I didn't know how much I was suffering from lack of confidence. The lack of confidence was lack of self-esteem. And what a man don't realize is no matter how much your wife or your family loves you, if you don't have confidence, then you're holding back from your potential of what you can be. And with this confidence, it has increased the intimacy with my wife. I kiss her now more than I have in the 14 years that we've been together. There's a lot more intimacy. There's a lot more romance. There are deeper conversations. I look her in the eyes when she talks to me. She looks me in the eyes when I talk to her. And it's just amazing. It has given me also better relationships with others. I believe that the confidence that just came from this has allowed me to mend relationships or establish relationships. One of the things that a bad smile does is it makes you withdrawn. It takes you back in a hole, and there are people who you'd rather not see. There are relationships that you'd rather not establish. And so it equals into not having a balanced life. Because one of the things that I've learned as a Christian and as a counselor is that we all have needs. And a lot of us are embarrassed by our needs. We're embarrassed about depending on others. But I want to say to those of you who have become withdrawn because of this process, how do you expect God to meet your needs if you don't build relationships with the people who God will use to meet your needs? And to sum it up, I'll just say it like this. When I look in the mirror in the morning, I love what I see. I love what I see. I absolutely love it. And for a long time, I did not like looking at my appearance. I did not like what was staring back at me in the mirror. And so that brings me to asking you a question. Do you like what you see when you look in the mirror? And I challenge you to move by faith and complete this process of restoration, because the rest of your life is waiting for you. And I would like to thank the family of Brueggen Dental for really giving me an opportunity to speak so passionately about this process. I can't imagine going through something that is so transformational where I could not speak about it. So I want to say to anyone who is thinking about this process, God hears you, but here's this response. Get out of the boat and meet me halfway. God bless you. It's been a pleasure talking to you from my home here in Houston, Texas. I'll see you soon.